What's going on, Charles Boatenston? Just wanted to make a video that just happened to me. So essentially, over the last weekend, I spent the better half of 2.5 hours filming the best 12 videos that I could have ever filmed probably in a while. I was mic'd up, it was professionally done on a nice camera and everything else. I did it myself. I had the best content. I was in flow. I was just crushing it. I gave it out to a videographer, and then he emails me back and he goes, hey, listen, the audio is a little banged up. I see the raw files without him, editing it and everything else, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I paid the videographer. I spent an entire morning filming the best content, and I have to refilm it, and it was all for you guys. So the title of the video has everything to do with the journey of self-development. Self-development is not just bettering yourself. It's not, I am becoming spiritually awakened. It's understanding that when something hits the fan, shit hits the fan, you're able to handle it. You're able to say, oh, okay. I spent money for the videographer. I spent the entire morning. I spent the best content. I was in flow, everything, and it's all a waste. And now I have to film it again. And actually this weekend I wanted to film something else, but that's gonna have to wait. So that's really what it comes down to, is that self-development is not only a development of yourself, it's a development of when things happen, when problems arise, when really big things. This is, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big of a deal. But self-development, the journey you're on, you have to go through it. You have to have setbacks like this. You have to get rejected. You have to get fired. You have to go bankrupt. You have to have something wrong with you on your health. You go to the doctor and the doctor says, you're obese. You have blah, blah, blah. You have to go through it. That's the biggest thing, is it sucks, but that's what makes it. And I'm going to give you a great example. So obviously, I'll give you this quick one, which is, so if I was not in self-development, I would not have been able to handle as well paying out money for the videographer, having it professionally done and everything else. I had it professionally done, like it was me. It wasn't like, but I paid someone to edit it and everything else. Thumbnails, it was going to be sick. So now I have to refilm it and everything else. Because of that, I was able to be like, all right, you know what, that sucks, but I got over it. I'll give you a great example. You ever hear of a childhood star? You hear about someone that just crushes it one season in sports, and then you never hear them again? Or they destroy the college football arena, and then Ryan Leaf or Tim Tebow or any of these guys that enter the NFL and then they don't do anything? Anyone. Think of actors or actresses that had an amazing movie and then you never hear from them again. Macaulay Culkin, like maybe he's doing other films, I have no idea. How about the guy from The Sixth Sense? It's the reason being is that they have a big hit, and then their ego says, this is who I am this big star. And then they're either one, they're too nervous because of their ego to make another movie that may flop, or two is that they didn't build up the steps. You know what makes the best comedians? The ones like the top tier, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., these guys, Jerry Seinfeld. The reason they're top tier is because they went through shit along the way. They went through muck. They built their skin, their coding, their solution-oriented, their belief system that, you know what, if I can do this, then I can handle anything else. That's the thing, is that you have to go through it. No one else can go through it. Lottery winner wins $100 million. What's the percentage? 70% are bankrupt? Because they didn't build up the belief system. They didn't build up the knowing of what to do with the money. When people are like, I want $1 million, okay? But the thing is, if you get $1 million, you don't know what to do with it because you just went from A to Z. You didn't go through A.1, A.2, B.1, B.2, B.3, B.4. Listen, this may not make sense now, but someone that has ever risen to the top and went bankrupt and then rose again like a phoenix, those are the people, those will be the most successful. Same thing, I'll just give you this last example, is that if you take all the money in the world and you take it and you funnel it to one area, say everyone gets $1 million. By tomorrow, the people that are poor will be at 800,000. The people that are rich will be at 1.2, then 1.3, then 1.4. It's the mind. You can be poor, go back to the Bible, poor in spirit, poor in your mind mentality, poor. Listen, there's no shortage on how to make money on your body, on health, or anything else. It's doing it. What is your standards? Are your standards you get pissed off because you shot 12 videos, you thought you were going to surprise your subscribers, you guys, and you spent money for it to be edited, and then he comes back to you and he says, hey, listen, I'm still owed the money because you actually hired me, but by the way, the audio is shit. How do you respond to that? Do you say, oh my God, I lost the weekend, which I did. Oh my God, I lost all this money, which I did. I was in flow. I have to reshoot it. What about someone that gets straight A's and then they go to Harvard and everyone got straight A's? What about the person that crushed in the NFL, goes to the NFL, or crushed in college, goes to the NFL and doesn't make it? What about that very attractive woman that starts losing her looks? What about that divorced dad that goes back into the dating scene? It's all comfortable, and then shit hits the fan. How do you handle that shit? And the only reason you can handle that adversity, the deep adversity, is because you went through that journey. You went through the bottom. You're a comedian, you got heckled and booed, and you're the one that just bombed on stage. That's the biggest thing. That's where the respect comes from, at the top, the pinnacle. Literally, it is a pyramid. At the top, there's not many people at the top because they hit adversity and then they come back down and then they never reach it again. So for me, I come back as a rising phoenix. And that's why in real estate, I'll just throw this last thing out. In real estate, the turnover is so high. I've been in real estate and I just had literally a meeting probably 2 hours ago with one of my agents. And I said, you're at the point where you say, I'm in it or I'm gone. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. I'll leave you with that quote. Have an awesome day. Subscribe to the videos. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was going to surprise you with a professionally done video. That's going to have to wait. And my arm is getting so freaking tired. I cannot wait until I actually don't need to hold the phone. All right, guys, have an awesome day. Talk to you soon.